You have outgrown your previous life. You've outgrown your friends, maybe even your family. We've been talking a lot about lately this philosophy that Chris Williamson, who's from the Modern Wisdom podcast, I'm saying that because many people don't know who he is and they should, and Alex Hormozy from acquisition.com. If you don't know who he is, that's weird that you're listening to our podcast and you don't know who he is. Tom and I last week went to see Chris Williamson do a one-man show in Manhattan, and it was awesome. He brought up this story, and I've heard this before. Him and Alex Hormozy came up with this thing called the lonely chapter. We write the story of our lives, and we all go through this lonely chapter. This lonely chapter is this point in your life when you have outgrown your previous life. You've outgrown your friends, maybe even your family, the type of things that you do, the type of maybe clothes that you wear, the type of music that you listen to. You've kind of outgrown all of that, where it just doesn't make sense to you anymore. You don't have no desire for it. You don't enjoy it, and you've moved beyond it. The problem is in this lonely chapter is the next stage that you're about to go into, where you find all these new things that you are pumped up to do and these new people you really do want to spend time with. You're not really ready to be with them yet, externally or internally. Like, you don't have the confidence yet to be in those rooms with them, or you don't have the money to go on the vacations with them. You're just in between these two things. And this lonely chapter has come up with a variety of our clients in the past week or so. And it's like, how many people are living in this? How many people are at that stage where they're lonely, but they're not really alone? What's the difference between lonely and alone? Being alone is a physical state of being by yourself, while lonely is an emotional state of feeling sad or disconnected from others, even when you're not physically alone. You can be alone without feeling lonely by enjoying your own company, but you can also feel lonely in a crowded room. The key difference is that alone is an objective state, where lonely is a subjective state. But this is the reason they're calling this the lonely chapter. Like, look, I felt it. I go sit in a room. Me and you a few weeks ago went to a networking meeting, and there had to be 200 people there. I was super lonely. Thank God you were there. Like, but we weren't alone. And what I'm saying, this lonely chapter is a good thing. Like, it means you're moving beyond your former self. You've grown. Like, this is a good thing to feel. It doesn't feel good, but it's a good thing to feel, because you are moving beyond who you used to be and turning into who you've always wanted to become. And you just don't fit anymore. Like, you're not in those rooms. You're like, I shouldn't be here. I don't know why. I just don't feel like I belong here. And that is a very normal thing for business owners, but a very unnormal thing for human beings, right? We have this desire to just fit in and this herd mentality and go with the flow. And who doesn't want to feel liked and feel understood and feel seen? And it's like, but when you're building something great like a business, and you're changing people's lives, yours included, you're going to feel lonely for a while. And eventually you will connect to that next level of person that's like, hey, man, you're not alone. And guess what? Now you don't need to be lonely either, because I'm just like you, and come along for the ride with me. And that's that missing piece that most people don't have. And we hope that social media gives us these things, but it's a lot of bullshit on social media. It's just a place where people are trying to tell you why you should do business with them. It's very hard to find a way to connect there any longer. But man, if you're in that lonely chapter, I feel you, pal. I think I'm kind of sort of in it right now.